Hi, and welcome back to the Weekend Mic Check. I'm your host, Connor Mitchell.
And I'm gay.
Fuck off. We just watched the movie Django Unchained.
Dude.
It's such a good movie.
I don't even know, man. Like, it's got this quality to it that, like, a lot of other Quentin movies have, where, like, it's just so distinct in, like, direction
like
and, like...
Not only that, it's, like, the text and the way each scene goes from scene to scene. It's got a distinct, like, flavor.
Yeah, and it's got this, like, really good editing where you could really... Like, you can distinct between whenever the scene is supposed to be, like, lighthearted and bittersweet versus when it's just supposed to, like, hit you in a place emotionally. And Quentin's movies just, like, really do a good job of separating those to where whenever you watch it, after seeing all these moments of just, like, bittersweet, feeling of camaraderie, you go into these awful moments of, like, just the worst kinds of things known to mankind. And then it just
particularly in that movie.
Yeah, and it just hits you so much harder.
It's a good movie.
It's a really good movie. And, fuck slavery.
Not only that.
Just, like, I just... Oh, that movie made me so uncomfortable. Like, really, really uncomfortable.
It makes you uncomfortable, but it ends in a good way that makes you more comfortable.
It does end in a really, really good way, but man, thinking back on it, it's like, some of those scenes.
Yeah.
Like, I watch, like, a ton of fucking horror movies or whatever, and it's fine. It's just some random horror movie. It doesn't really make me squirm like that movie did, because that movie...
Yeah. Some of the scenes in that they're pretty fucked up, but the point of the movie was, like, the realism of it.
Yeah,
and I think that's it showcased that pretty
No,
well.
they did the job they set out to do, and they did it really well.
Yeah, especially like Leonardo Dicaprio.
Yeah, dude.
He said, I'm pretty sure he said that he, like, absolutely hated playing that role, because
I would too.
Yeah,
I would too. It would be awful.
Yeah, because like, even in the movie, he slammed his hand on, like, a piece of glass, like this glass cup, and he just had to act right through it. It's
not even just that. Besides the fact that, like, Leonardo DiCaprio is obviously, like, an amazing fucking actor.
Yeah.
It's the fact that in order to portray this character, you would have to be, like, super brave and self-confident enough to the point where you can go out and portray the absolute scum of the earth as well as you do. And then understand that the public will see you in that way. But, like, I don't know. It's just such, like, a kind of a brave thing to do, to, like, sacrifice that to represent what, like, true nature.
It'd definitely be, like, that's a hard role to play.
It is an awful role
He did a really good job with it, but I bet it was probably, like, difficult as shit.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Like, Samuel L. Jackson... I can't speak. Samuel L. Jackson, he had a interview where I believe he talked about how Leonardo DiCaprio was, like, crying before going out onto the set, because he had to... It's not only that he had to say the N-word, it's that he had to portray... Like a lot of... He
had to be nonchalant about it. He had to act like it was nothing.
It's not even just that. It's just, like, the absolute abysmal tone of the movie.
The way that it was said, too.
Yeah. It's like... It's just... And part of this is the fact that he knows he's a goddamn amazing actor, and that he's gonna make a lot of people feel like, holy shit, I feel like I'm in there with that guy and I want to fucking kill him.
Yeah. And Samuel L. Jackson had an interview where he was talking to this one guy, and he asked him how Samuel L. Jackson felt about the use of the N-word in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
and Samuel L. Jackson wouldn't answer the question until the interviewer said the word.
Yeah.
And it's actually a pretty funny interview, but
he didn't actually say the word.
Yeah, he didn't
though.
say the word.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a really good movie.
I know we've talked about like half of this segment about the usage of the N-word.
Yeah.
No, it's not even just that in the movie. It's just it's a lot of different like deep things that I don't know. It's really like you look at slavery in like school and you just think of it as like, oh, this little piece of history, you know. And you can't really get a visual representation, but this movie really does.
It's a really good visual representation.
It's a really good visual representation, and it really puts you in that situation. And well, I mean, not to like, I mean, it really, you know,
it shows you what what it would have been like.
It's immersive, and like it's I don't know. I can't really sit comfortably and, even think about any of that stuff.
Yeah. Speaking of fucked up things, so this isn't nearly as fucked up as like all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But one of my coworkers today.
Oh my god, dude! He told me this.
So there's this 45-year-old man. I'm not gonna say his name, but for anybody that
Patrick. Oh, not like Patrick.
No.
Not like the Patrick we know.
His name is not Patrick. I would like to put that out there.
Yeah, it's not Patrick.
Let's call him David for right now. So, David is a 45-year-old man, and he was talking to Tyler, who's one of my other coworkers, and like he was like he walked up to Tyler and he was like, "You want to see my girlfriend?" And Tyler's 16. He's not an adult.
Yeah.
And so David, this 45-year-old man, walks up and shows Tyler one of his girlfriends. And it's just a naked video. Which by itself is fucked up.
Yeah.
Preston, one of my other coworkers, which by the way, Preston's actually a really great guy. Because he really stood up for me and Tyler in this. Mm-hmm. He's getting pissed off. Because Preston saw this, and he got angry, and he immediately came back and told me, and said he was going to say something about it. And then David proceeded to come back to the back, and he was like, "You want to see what I just showed Tyler?" And he proceeded to scroll through like half of his camera roll, and show me all these pictures of naked women, and it made me very uncomfortable. But I didn't say anything, because I had just met this dude. This is the first time that I had ever worked with him, and I wasn't comfortable with, like, saying, "Man, you need to chill out." So, like, I just left, and Preston was talking to Tyler about it, and Preston was like, "I'm going to say something to him." And I was like, I mean, he just went back there and showed me. I mean, you probably don't need to say anything about it. And Preston got so pissed after I told him that, because both me and Tyler are both minors. I'm 17, Tyler's 16. Preston's, like, 16. Yeah. And Preston went to the back where David was at, and he started bitching at him. Like, it was a 45-minute, like, Preston just yelling at him. And then Preston then told the manager.
Yeah.
And I think he got written up, but he's definitely not coming back to work at our store anymore. And he's probably going to get fired from his store. So... Dude, it was a whole fucked up scenario, because, like, me and Tyler aren't sheltered.
Yeah.
But if it was, like, imagine if it was somebody who was, like, really sheltered and hadn't seen that stuff before. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's fucked up. Because, like, he was showing pornography to minors.
Did he show himself in the video?
No, not himself. It was just, like, nude photographs of his girlfriends.
Which is just... absolutely creepy and weird.
Yeah, it was so fucking creepy, and it's so weird, because he didn't ask us beforehand if we were minors. He asked us after he showed us.
Yeah.
Like, at first it wasn't a big deal, but now thinking about it, it really bothers me. Because, like, it's fucked up.
Yeah, it is fucked up.
I mean,
it's fucked up to do it anyways, even if you weren't minors.
Exactly.
Like just to, like, show people, like, fucking nude photos of your girlfriend, and then also you topple it onto the fact that you are showing it to minors.
Yeah,
who,
I mean, like, not only that, like, it puts the other person, like, whoever you're showing it to, in such an uncomfortable situation. Because, like, I didn't know what to say. Because Preston had just came back and told me, and then David immediately walked back. So, like, I was sitting there trying not to laugh. Because Preston just told me about this, and I thought it was the funniest shit. And then David came back and showed me, and it started making me more and more uncomfortable because he kept going. Because it was like, at first it was one picture. He was like, "Look at this," and then he kept going and he was like naming off all these girls and like telling me their age.
That's
and it's
so weird.
It's so weird.
It's like so. My dad is also like 45, which is what you said that his age was. And, like, you know him, he's, like, a super mature, he's just a mature guy, you know? But he's also, like, kind of silly at times. You should hear him in, like, the other room. He'll just start randomly clapping his hands and go, orf, orf, orf. But, other than that, he takes things seriously. And, so, my question for that guy is, how are you going to be an adult and act like a fucking, like that
like
immature?
That's like middle school level shit.
Yeah, that's middle school level shit.
I have a girlfriend. I personally would not, if my girlfriend sent me, like, pictures like that, I would not walk up to somebody who I met that day and just show them, be like, "Look at this." You know? Or, like, and it wasn't even just, like, it was the way he was talking about it, too. Because he was like, "Yeah, this one right here, she's 21. She's freaky, though."
That's so weird.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it's you know what? It gives me, like, fucking Hugh Hefner vibes. Fuck that. It gives me Jeffrey Epstein vibes.
It's just...
I swear to God.
It's real fucked up. Yeah. Because, like, after I told him I was a minor, he had no remorse about it. He was just like, "Oh man, I could go to jail for that shit," and then that was it. He didn't say sorry. He wasn't like, "Oh man, that I didn't realize you weren't a minor."
Oh man, shit, consequences. What if?
Yeah, he literally said, "Man, I could go to jail for that shit," and then walked away.
Fucking idiot.
Well, no, he said I could go to jail for that shit. And then he looked at me for a second, and he was like, "All right, well, like, here's more." And he continued to show me, and then he walked away.
He continued to show you after?
Yeah,
oh my
he
God.
flashed the phone back at me,
I could go to jail
times.
for this. Oh, shit, wait, you missed this one.
Yeah. It's just, people are just, like, they don't think about things.
No, they don't at all. I don't know, it's just, like... some people just don't give a shit. I think you get to this certain point of, like, absolute, like, fucking nihilism where you just stop viewing the world as if it matters at all, to where you legitimately don't give a shit about other people. And that sort of thinking is just so rooted in hatred, and it's awful.
Yeah, I mean...
Like...
A lot of people are super selfish about the things that they do, and like, there's so much going on in the world right now.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it all stems from that like selfishness of wanting more and more.
Yeah.
When you can't just be happy with what you have right now.
Yeah, I know, and it's like you're never going to just get to the point where you're absolutely happy just by having more and more. You have to, like, be content. You know,
a lot of people are living in the past when people need to be either living in the present or looking in the future.
Yeah, they're like
the Holocaust and stuff like that. Like, really bad stuff.
Yeah,
slavery. Like, we were talking about earlier. Stuff like that. It's good to remember every bad thing that has happened in human history, so that we can't repeat our past mistakes.
Yeah, it's good to know what happened so that we, learn from them.
But at the same time, you can't base your past self, not other people's past self, but your past self, you can't base your future self on your past self.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to make a change in your life, you have to make the change now and onward. You can't change yourself in the past because that's already happened.
Yeah.
And it's difficult to do that because, I mean, it's difficult to make a complete change.
Mm-hmm.
And just stop what you're currently doing in order to get something else done.
Yeah.
It has a lot to do with focus and a lot to do with self-discipline.
Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know. You go out, you meditate for like 30 minutes every single day, and it just helps you get in like the right headspace for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And like, just little things like that can get you farther, but things like that are actually looking towards the future rather than just being rooted in the past, like, oh, I haven't done this before and I don't really want to start anything new. Go ahead. Try something new. Go and meditate for like 30 minutes. It doesn't hurt at all.
A lot of people think that meditating is like trying to clear your mind completely, but you're never going to do that if you're thinking about clearing your mind. The way you clear your mind completely is you think about all the problems you have in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
And you think about everything that is on your mind until you can't think about anything else but having a clear mind.
Yeah.
And even then, some people can't even get a clear mind because, like, they continue to focus on having a clear mind and worrying about it and worrying about getting to that point of meditation. But you don't, if you stop worrying about it and you just relax and try and think about everything in your life, eventually you'll get to that point where there's nothing left to think about and your mind's clear. You have an open space where you can create.
Yep, emptying the junk drawer.
Basically.
Yeah. I want to empty your junk drawers.
I want to stick my pencils in your junk drawer.
I want to stick my nose in your asshole. Okay, don't segue like that because I'm probably going to take that out of the podcast.
Take all that out of the podcast.
Yeah, all that get out.
Cut to me saying, speaking of assholes.
Speaking of assholes, my stepdad.
But anyway, like, you gotta think about yourself, but also make sure that you don't fuck someone over in the process.
Right.
Because, I mean, sometimes it's difficult not to do that. And if you need to do it, you have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
If you have to do it, you do it. Because it's for you. But if it's something you don't need, and it's only for personal gain, that's not going to impact yourself in a great manner, or even if it's not in a great manner, if it's like for wealth and stuff like that, you don't necessarily need to fuck people over to get more and more money, because that's just it's just fucked up to do.
Yeah,
because you could potentially be fucking over thousands of people just for your own gain.
Yeah, that's
a lot of people don't understand that.
That's that lack of caring. It's just they don't view other people the way they view themselves. It's like they think to themselves and they think, oh, I can feel my conscious mind. I can know that I am there. But then they get this like deep-rooted thought that they are the only ones who exist.
Yeah, I was actually reading this theory, or not even a theory. It's this ideology of, I think it's called mono-characterism, or something like that, where everybody, like every single person in the world, they think that they are the main character of their own story.
Yeah.
There's very few people out there that don't think that they're the main character of their own story.
Yeah.
Because of media, movies, stuff like that. It's natural for us to think like that because of all the, like, all the information that we consume from TV and movies and TV shows and all of that. It makes you think that you can be the main character. But sometimes you're just not.
It's crazy to think that like animals and stuff don't have that mentality.
Yeah, I know.
Where like you look at a dog and you aren't and you realize that it's not thinking of itself as like this great pioneer on a voyage. It's just simply eaten out of a fucking bowl.
I mean, a lot of people before TV and like big books where they were the main, like there was one big main character and they did a whole bunch of stuff and or save the world or some shit like that.
Yeah.
They didn't nobody tried to be not a hero, but they're the main character for everybody's life.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what a lot of people people don't realize, that everybody individually has lived a different life than you.
Yeah.
And that if they had a movie around them, you're a side character in their movie. But in your movie, they're a side character in yours.
Yeah. Maybe it is, I don't know, kind of like learning with the theory of relativity, where it's everything is relative, including how you would view other conscious minds.
Exactly.
Because it'd be like the coin toss thing or whatever it was, where you're watching it land from a different position because it's relative from your position. It's basically like that with where you are and your conscious, with it being you and yourself, and how you perceive other people as not you, and therefore not as fucking important or something.
Yeah, I think having self-importance is really good, because it makes you get stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
But having too much self-importance can cause you to not be able to understand the people around you.
Yeah.
Because once you get to a certain extent of self-importance, it starts creating an ego.
Mm-hmm.
And the ego just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and eventually it's going to get knocked down, or it's going to keep getting bigger.
Yeah.
It's either going to get so big that, until you die, your ego's going to get bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Which probably won't happen. You'll probably get knocked down at some point, because somebody will come along and they'll set you straight. Excuse me. Or somebody's going to set you straight, and your ego's going to knock down, and it's going to hurt like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Because your ego had gotten so big, because you're thinking about yourself too much.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not trying to impact the world around you, just your world, your own gain.
And that, people don't understand that mentality, some people, and I think it's kind of weird to think that you can't make other people see it that way.
Yeah,
it's just some mental block with brain chemistry, or just how people behave in general, but certain people just have their beliefs so rooted in nihilism and in self-importance, and too much self-importance. I mean, a bit of self-importance is always good.
You need self-importance to be able to do your own stuff in your life, but too much without restraint, it can get too much, and it definitely it gets overwhelming for people around you, because everybody around you doesn't want to be around you, because you're just you think that you're better than everybody else because you're the main character.
Yeah. Well, Connor, if this was my story, you'd be the main character.
Shut the fuck up. You just contradicted everything I said by saying that.
Anyways, what were you saying?
Well, I was gonna say, I've been super happy recently.
Yeah.
And definitely with everything that's going on, I think me being happy is a good thing.
Yeah.
And I can definitely say I did indulge in a little bit of fucking someone over to make myself a little happier. But
yeah, they did it to you first.
Well, yeah, but I don't believe in revenge as much as most people do, because it's not. I don't think that the world is fair, so I think you should give people slack.
Yeah.
And though what I did wasn't exactly right, it was fun and it made me happy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the other person that was involved probably benefited from what I did because they learned a lesson that, you know, maybe they shouldn't be such a bitch.
Yeah.
But I've been really happy recently, and it's thanks to specifically you and Erica.
Oh, thank you.
Y'all make me happy.
You know what, Connor?
Yes, Dylan?
I just want to say that you make me really happy too, because you've been like friends. And I've given this speech before, basically, but a few little minor tweaks. You have been my friend since like freshman year, and before that, I was just friends with Nicholas, and he didn't really introduce me to anyone else. But through you, I've kind of actually, you know, made friends with people. Like, the first thing you did was invite me to your house to be, like, around Tate and Tony.
I invited you over, and I had to convince the shit out of Tate and Tony to let you come over, because they thought you were annoying as fuck. But they hadn't spent the amount of time that I had. Because, like, you were in marching band with me.
Yeah.
And that first year, like, that you were in it, it was my third year of doing it. And the senior who was supposed to be in charge of the section that year, Emmy, she was really upset because our previous director, Mr. Irvin, had left.
Mm-hmm.
And so she didn't want to do marching band or even band anymore, so she quit marching band on the first day. And it was me, a sophomore, and Dylan and Erica, which were two freshmen. And I kind of had to take control. And I really grew close to both of them because it's really it's been us three and Leanne.
Yeah. Wherever she may be. Trumpet land. Is she in Louisville? Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked.
But it was us three and Leanne, and especially this last year. I wish that you were in the mellow section this last year.
Man, I kind of wish I was too. You know, Sydney Parrish kind of talked me into a deal of, you know,
playing the piano, and you didn't play the piano.
I didn't play the piano
twice.
Yeah, no, I didn't even. I mean, I played the piano when we were like practicing and stuff like that.
But you didn't play it like.
But I didn't get to play it, and then they took it out.
They took out the piano?
Oh yeah, no, I didn't even get the satisfaction of playing a goddamn note on that motherfucker. Like, they took me out faster than fucking Kennedy. I am not going to assassinate a president. I promise.
Since y'all joined, especially that first year, like, it was really us three for the first couple of days, and then Leanne joined, so I got really close to, like, all three of you. And, like, since Dylan was the only dude, I got in particularly close to Dylan, and now we're best friends.
Yeah, because he's gay.
Yeah, me and Dylan are homosexual.
Anyways, what were you saying? Sorry for... Can I? Yes.
Yeah, so that... I had, like, this was, like, third week of marching band, maybe? Second week of marching band? Of band camp, and, we had a new director, and, I remember I was talking to Dylan one day, and I was like, Dylan, you want to come over and spend the night sometime?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, sure, man. Just let me know when. And I was... Because me and Tate and Tony would... they would both spend the night at my house every weekend of marching band camp, and we'd go tubing the next day. And I think that day in particularly, we weren't going tubing.
Yeah.
So I figured we would... Well, I figured that, like, we could try you out. And, like, but, like, we figured that we would, like, try you out and see how you would do.
Yeah.
Like, in our group. And you came over, and it was, like, probably one of the best times I've ever had.
Yeah.
Because, like, just...
I mean, it was one of the best times I ever had.
That became, like, the group for a while. It was me, you, Tate, and Tony.
I know. And I came over, like, every other weekend, and we would just, just hang out and watch dumbass movies.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Like, that's, and those kinds of moments are what I remember so much over, like, fucking mundane life, is moments with, like, you and, like, whatever friend group we have.
Yeah, I mean, like, there was this meme that I saw, and it was, like, how much would you pay to see the funniest moments of you and your friends? And
I'd pay like $1,000 for like a Google slide.
I would give up like just about everything I own if I could capture every single moment that I have with all of you. Like you, Erica, Tate, Tony, Harry, Dylan Kelly.
Yeah. All
of them. 'Cause like y'all mean so much to me.
Damn, that got all sentimental.
Sorry, I've been emotional recently.
Well, you know, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, Erica's got me fucked up on some of that emotional shit. Anyway, I hung up a new poster today.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I've had it for the past couple of weeks, but it's a Kids See Ghost poster.
Yeah.
Which, if you don't know, Kids See Ghost is the popular rapping artist Kanye West and popular rapping artist Kid Cudi.
Yeah.
And they rap together, and their music is pretty good. I mean, it's like that. It's definitely one of my favorite groups to listen to because like you can hear it in the way that they sing and like the way that they rap. It's there's a connection between them, and it sounds really, really nice.
It does sound really, really nice.
My favorite song that they have came out with is Reborn. That's a really good one, and then Fourth Dimension. Those are my two favorite. They're really good.
You showed me, didn't you?
Yeah, I've shown you both
on the playlist. He has this really, really nice playlist featuring a lot of.
You should put it in the description.
With like Kanye West as one of the members. You know, I've discovered recently that. You know, there's this guy. I don't think Kanye really likes him.
Oh my god.
Oh my! I've gotten
Are you
this
talking
little
about Skeet?
Oh man. What? No, the NFT guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what he keeps calling him. Hold up. Wait. One of my friends. Hold up. Let me see who it is. I got sent a meme in Discord from.
I'll put it up on the podcast.
Yeah, one of the Canadians in my Discord server with all the boys, and it reads out this: "Yo, it's Skeet. Can you please take a second and calm down? It's 8 a.m. and it don't gotta be like this. Kim is literally the best mother I've ever met. What she does for those kids is amazing, and you are so fucking lucky that she is your kid's mom.
Bullshit.
I decided I'm not gonna let you treat us this way anymore, and I'm done being quiet. Grow the fuck up." And then Kanye says, "Oh, you using profanity? Where are you at right now?" And then he says, in bed with your wife. And then it's a picture of him holding up a peace sign.
Dude, that is so goddamn savage. Holy shit.
It's fucking, like, the shit that's going on is a little fucked up because, like, I don't think that Kanye deserves any of this.
No. Well, you know, I don't think Pete deserves any of this either, because didn't he make, like, a huge track about, like, beheading him? And, like, burying him?
Probably.
I mean, fuck. There's probably a deleted clip of him pissing on, like, the rag doll.
Dude, speaking of Kanye, he has a fucking documentary on Netflix. I told you about this earlier. It's called Genius. And it's spelled JEEN-YUHS.
And if I must state, that name is Genius.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. That was so fucking bad.
No,
not the cop. I was talking about my joke.
Oh. No, I have a cold right now too.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh man. That's probably
my nose has been fucked up and my throat's been fucked up. I've been drinking a lot of liquids, including your piss, Dylan.
Yeah, I knew that was a segue for that. I knew that was gonna happen. Speaking of piss, actually this has nothing to do with piss. Besides the fact that Connor pissed on my hand.
We need to stop segueing in it with, like, speaking of.
Yeah.
It sounds fucking stupid.
It does sound stupid as shit.
But as you were saying, piss.
But, speaking of. with the whole Connor pissing on my hand situation.
Oh, I hit him up with that rebuttal statement, man.
Oh, dude.
So Dylan reached under my stall, like he did.
I grabbed his foot.
He grabbed my foot,
and then I moved my hand away.
Yeah, and then he put it back under, and as I was walking away, and so I like stepped back and I sat on his hand and I just let one rip.
Dude, my hand smelled like fucking ass cheeks after.
Why were you smelling it?
I wasn't smelling it. I was like kind of forgot that you farted on my hand, and I was like kind of licking my finger. Wait.
Dude, you fucked up. I
just triggered his fucking cold.
Oh my god.
New tick.
New tick.
New
New tick unlocked. I got an achievement for that shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh fuck, Elden Ring, man. I've been playing a lot of Elden Ring, and my friend David, not work David, but David Searcy, he helped me beat the first boss in that game.
Yeah.
Dude, I have thrown so many. I have 2 controllers, and I'm pretty sure one's broken because I threw it at the wall. You see that little dent in the wall down there?
Oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah, that's from the controller. It went into the wall. I got really pissed because I got the first boss he's not even that hard.
Yeah.
I got him down to like that much on his health bar. He killed me in one shot. I had full health.
Dude, that's fucking.
I mean, it's a Souls game, so that's what I expected.
Yeah. Honestly,
it's just it's so fucking difficult, and it makes me rage.
It's like those one things in Mega Man that just fucking one shot you.
Yeah, it's just. Anyway, with PlayStation, one of the first games I ever played was Oblivion for the PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
Man, I think that's really what got me into like RPG games, and just like games where it's like fantasy themed games like Dark Souls and Skyrim, because it's Oblivion, Skyrim, Morrowind's before Oblivion. Morrowind, whatever.
Silly boy.
And then like what's the other one? Red Flag?
No, it's not Red Flag. It's fuck. It's. It starts with a D.
Oh, it's like a. Fuck, I was about to say Dunkirk, but that's a
Dunkirk. The Django. The Django.
Man, dude, that's such a good movie. I'm sorry.
It is such a good movie, dude. I can't get over it. Like, we've watched some really good movies in this basement. Fucking American Psycho and now the Django.
Yeah.
Now I'm calling it the Django.
No, it's Django.
It's Django.
So I was talking to Dylan earlier, and I'm not an avid Reddit user, but I do use Reddit every once in a while because there's some funny shit on there.
Yeah.
And specifically, there's this subreddit called r/LSD. So r/LSD is a subreddit. I started looking at it because I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
And so I started looking at it, and there are some really funny ass pictures in there.
Yeah.
It's not because the pictures themselves are funny. It's because you have to think about the connotations of the pictures and like the caption of it, because it'll just be like some random picture of like a fucking blank wall or like some dude's hand, and the caption will be like, "Oh my god, this is beautiful," and it's like a fucking remote controller for a TV. It's funny as shit.
Dude, the design on this shit.
Yeah, look at this intricate ass design.
Dude, I like how the buttons feel.
Dude, this carpet feels like carpet. Hold up, I bet I can find a picture. Here's one. Tripping balls and enjoying a jammy bread. And it's just a picture of Just jam. He's holding up a piece of bread. You want me to send that to you so that you can put it up there?
Yeah, I can put it on the screen. Dude.
It's just shit like that, really. It's funny. It's funny to me.
Dude, you gotta just think about what they're seeing.
Yeah, I know.
Like you're looking at them holding a piece of bread with jam just like smothered all over.
It's not even like a little bit. It's like a thickest layer.
Yeah, but like they're seeing like Da Vinci artwork.
Yeah, they're seeing like the Mona Lisa or like that fucking Dark Side of the Moon poster.
Yeah.
Man,
bro, they can see the molecules.
They can see the individual molecules forming and colliding and shit. I mean, there's like psychoactive substances are whack, man. Because like the shit that the government has done with psychoactive substances is like it's crazy. Like where they man, what's it called? I always forget what it's called.
Oh yeah, sorry. Weed.
No. The government tested LSD.
Yeah.
On many different college students.
What do you mean, MK Ultra?
Yeah, MK Ultra.
Yeah.
Where they paid college students to come in and test LSD for them and see the effect that it would have on their brain. But it was like, and now it's illegal. But at the time, the government was paying people to do it.
Yeah.
And I think it's really weird how the government decides things are legal and illegal.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, 100 years ago at this point, alcohol was illegal.
I know, it's weird to me.
But now you could, nobody gives a shit if you walk outside with, like, a beer in your hand and you're drinking in public. And
people didn't give a shit before, and then they tried it, it didn't work, and then they got out of it. I think it's just they've always been able to build up the notion that, like, things like psychedelic drugs are bad and weed is bad. But, like, with alcohol, it was different because everybody was just, like, so set on the mindset that it wasn't. And so, like, they kind of manipulate the public in that way to where they can just, like, pick and choose what's good and bad.
Yeah, I mean, like, fuck. Even weed now, it's getting more and more legal, which, I mean, that's not a bad thing.
That's a good thing, because you have, like, people on the street who, like, lace that shit, and then
I know.
Yeah, and, like, plus, like, the fact that, like...
There was actually something going around in Louisville where a couple people died from it.
Yeah.
Because there was fentanyl-laced weed.
And
fentanyl-laced weed.
This is what happened during the Prohibition era. It was, like... And it's always happened with, like, other substances. It's just that, like, with alcohol, it became more known because it's fucking alcohol, and you can view it that way. But, like... People would make botched brews in their basement, and they'd kill themselves.
They'd kill more people than.
Yeah, it'd be like it'd be like trying to make your own like batch of like fucking
crystal meth.
Yeah.
I mean,
and
there's some substances that I will say that are like they need to be like regulated or illegal, like cocaine. Meth, heroin, oxycodone, hydrocodone, all that stuff. It does need to be regulated, and it does need to be, or it needs to be illegal, because that'll kill you.
Yeah,
and like it's not like it'll kill you slowly. It's like you die instantly if you fuck up. But with stuff like weed, or stuff like that, it's not like It's not like those other substances. Weed, LSD, mushrooms, stuff like that.
I'm not like those other girls.
It's not like other substances where like you take too much and you die.
Yeah.
It's like you take too much and you have a bad experience. You're not gonna hurt anybody else. You might hurt yourself. But that you inflict the own pain on yourself.
And like stuff with like it can actually be bad with like especially psychedelic drugs on like people with pre-existing disorders.
Yeah.
Like and that kind of stuff is why it should be legal in my opinion. That's what, and not even just like regulated. I think it should be legal so that people can figure out the proper amount of research for like substances like that, so that they can like know what effects it would have on you with like those certain disorders. Or
I mean, like it. There's actually been a couple of studies done, more recently, I think, where they've been testing like psychedelic mushrooms and stuff like that on rats.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how dementia works, right?
Right.
It fucks up your neurons in your brain, and you like regress mentally.
Yeah.
Neuron regression is what it's called, I think.
Yeah, I think it's called it's synapses something.
Yeah. But there's this thing that they're working on called Neurogenesis, which is the regeneration of neurons in your brains, and the synapses and everything. And there's actually a study on rats, and it showed that rats were showing signs of neurogenesis when under the influence of a large amount of psychedelic mushrooms.
You mean more connections are formed?
Well, like, I'd have to look it up and look at all the science, but, like, it was actually, like, improving the amount of, like, what the rats can do mentally compared to normal.
Yeah. And that's cool to think about, because it's like this stuff can actually, like, help people. You know, and it's like there's a lot of evidence towards that. Like, there's people that could benefit from these substances that cannot, because
I mean,
government.
Like, they're doing stuff right now for depression. Yeah, with psychedelic mushrooms.
Yeah.
Again, they put psilocybin, which is the active compound, in magic mushrooms, which is the psychedelic compound.
Yeah. And
they put it in little capsules, and you have a whole therapy session with like a blindfold on, and it actually helps, like, especially with like veterans.
Yeah.
Like shell shock and stuff like that, where it really like fucks you up mentally, and like where people have PTSD, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It helps ease that more.
Yeah.
Or people who, like, they're going through a really hard time in their life, and they're about to, kill themselves.
Yeah.
It's shown to help with stuff like that. And I think it could be, like, maybe not a cure for depression, but definitely a reliever of it.
Yeah. And like
help out just getting through your day.
And what I think is, in a perfect world, all of these substances would be viewed as medicine. Yeah. And even like the bad substances, which like heroin or meth or stuff like that. That's not what I mean, like using them as medicine, not like using those substances itself. But like with more research, you can take like one strain of meth and then like alter it in a way where you have Adderall. And it's like, so you can alter some of these even bad drugs with enough research to where you could potentially find things that could help people. And it's like, that can't be explored while it's not like, while it's just completely legal or illegal.
That's the big problem right now.
And it's not like I think that like those really hard drugs at the moment should be like legal. I mean, like, they shouldn't be. It definitely at least shouldn't be illegal to research them. Yeah. You know? And there certainly shouldn't be regulations against research on them.
And not even just research people. Not even research on people, because like.
No, I don't mean research on people. Yeah.
But like being able to see what the substance can do in a controlled environment on. Like certain things.
Yeah.
I mean, like. That's also like with Western medicine. Mm-hmm. Western medicine is focused on like antibiotics and stuff like that, which is just stuff that kills other things, and it doesn't really help out your body. I mean, it helps out your body by killing that things, but it doesn't just kill the bad things. It can sometimes also kill the good things.
Yeah.
Eastern medicine is more based on probiotics, so stuff that improves your body.
Yeah.
Instead of killing what's wrong with your body, it helps your body fight off what's wrong with your body. Mm-hmm. Like lion's mane mushroom, it's not a psychedelic mushroom. It's just a regular mushroom that has super healing properties.
Yeah.
It like actually, it gives your body more. I'm not sure what the chemical is, but it gives your body more of something, and like it has been shown to like help fight off cancer.
Yeah.
I was watching this documentary called Mysterious Fungi.
Yeah.
Or something like that, and the dude who made the documentary, his mom got diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and she ate a lot of, like, every day, 5 times a day, she ate like lion's mane mushroom. With her meals or as like a snack and stuff like that, and it actually like she beat cancer with that, which is awesome. Like it's crazy because like we can't, that stuff doesn't get explored as often as antibiotics. Yeah, because that stuff combined with antibiotics could help. Yeah, but we don't look at that.
It's like we almost have this thing where we look at self-healing as like inherently like it's not ever going to work.
Yeah, it's not going to help as much as the just then killing off everything.
At the moment, no. It doesn't help as much. Yeah. But like when you think about it, if enough research was put into it, it could be way better than like antibiotics. It's like the energy crisis with trying to put in renewables.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not even just talking about like mushrooms and stuff. Yeah. Because mushrooms are amazing. Like, if you really look into mushrooms, the longest living organism on the planet is a mushroom. The biggest organism on the planet is a mushroom. There's a mushroom that is like, it's thousands of miles long. Because the mycelium underneath of it, which is like what connects the mushrooms together, it goes under a whole forest and it connects every single plant in the forest and it distributes certain like elements like hydrogen or water, which is H2O, which is hydrogen and oxygen, carbon dioxide, stuff like that, oxygen. It distributes them throughout all these different plants and make sure that all these plants get enough. And so it grew, like there's this ginormous forest over all these mushrooms that have thousands of miles of mycelium underneath that is like making the forest grow more and more.
That's absolutely crazy, dude.
But it's not just that either. Like, not just mushrooms or like different plants. There's a fish that they just discovered, or not just discovered, but like in China there's this fish called the hagfish. And we're just now learning that this slime that the hagfish secretes, it has very good healing properties to where like if you rub it on a cut, the cut will heal up in 3 hours. Really? Yeah, it's great. Mr. Huther was talking to me about it, my science teacher.
So, geez, that's crazy.
Yeah, dude. They use it in combat, the Chinese.
That's crazy. Like that's the kind of stuff that needs to be explored. Exactly. That's like what I'm saying. It's like we don't focus enough on that. I guess the Chinese do.
We know more about our universe than we do the ocean.
I know that is like insane too.
We've seen more of the universe than we've seen of our ocean.
It's like it's kind of weird because we don't really have our priorities straight.
Yeah,
at all.
We haven't even explored the Earth, and we're trying to go to Mars.
Yeah, and like. Not that we shouldn't go to Mars, because now that we have the capability, let's go to Mars. But let's also not forget about like what we have here that's left unexplored.
Not just the unexplored part, like the problems we have here too.
Yeah, the problems we have here.
Because if we fucking conquer a planet, we're gonna get caught up in that, and we're not gonna be able to focus on the stuff that's going on in Earth.
The stuff that scares me so much is the fact is just the knowledge that humanity is as fragile as it is, especially right now, because like in the past even it was like you had one big contender, and that was outside forces. You had like stuff like COVID-19 probably would have killed everyone back then. But we're kind of fighting against that now. But we also have another contender now, ourselves. And it's not just like going into tribal times and taking out another tribe or something like that, or some kind of war where millions die. I'm talking about like we have the power to end ourselves as we know it. Global warming, fucking just the sheer amount of nuclear warheads on the earth at the moment, and like just all of these things that could kill ourselves for what? It's
about power and control, man.
It's about money. It's about power. We stay hungry.
I mean, like the whole point of them like making stuff like that, like the Demon Core experiments.
Yeah.
Do you know what that was?
No.
So the Demon Core experiments was where they took, a more reactive element than plutonium or uranium.
Yeah.
And they put it in this casing that was a sphere.
Yeah.
And there was a scientist that was doing research on it, and it was supposed to be used as a bomb.
Yeah.
And he picked it up with a screwdriver.
Uh-huh.
And he was trying to get it right at the perfect angle, and he dropped it. The screwdriver slipped, and it slammed down, which caused a reaction to start with the element that was in there. And since it was encased in a sphere, it started bouncing. Like, it started bouncing and then hitting itself again and reacting again.
Yeah.
So it caused this big-ass reaction where it kept going, and it emitted this blue light, and everybody in the vicinity of that died of radiation poisoning.
Oh, God. That is awful.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah.
I actually have a funny-ass video on my phone about it.
Dude, you can't call out a tragedy like that and be like, yo, I got this funny-ass video. Hold up.
It's really funny.
Oh, my God.
This one, too. That's what it looks like.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God.
That's what it was like.
Oh,
there wasn't an explosion. It was just a big flash of light, and radiation went everywhere.
Oh, my God. Dude, that's crazy. So it was like they just lifted it with the screwdriver, and then when they let go, reaction.
Yeah.
I thought it was like they dropped it or something. I thought there was more force applied. It literally just shut.
Yeah.
And then...
Because they didn't shut it gently enough.
Oh my God. That is awful.
Yeah, and it was just that small reaction that caused, 14 people to die?
Yeah. Dude, knowing our government, they'd probably turn it into a fucking weapon like in sci-fi movies.
The first two, the bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, they killed a lot of people themselves.
Yeah.
But the third bomb, which was the Demon Core bomb, was never actually made. It was only the actual core that was made. And it didn't even go off, and it killed 14 people, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's... Oh, God. So it was just, like, leaking radiation or something?
No, whenever it shut, it caused a radioactive...
Oh, like what happened before.
That's what that was.
Oh, shit. Oh, God.
Yeah.
So it was, like, supposed to be from that... So...
They were going to put it into a bomb.
There's been multiple instances where this has happened.
Yeah, it's happened twice.
People need to learn how to shut it gently, I guess.
Because the first time it happened, this dude was... He built something out of, like, bricks around it. Instead of using, like, a actual sphere, he was using, like, square things. And whenever he went to go pick up the top one to take it all apart, he dropped it, and it hit, and it was done.
Oh, dude, that's awful.
He died in, like, 2 months, I think. But in that one, where it was the sphere, the person who was standing closest to it, he died in, like, hours.
Oh, God.
Because it was a much bigger reaction. And not only that, whenever it happened, the scientist that was in charge, he was, like, the second that he saw it, he said, stop. And then he gave a whole speech about how everybody in that room was probably going to die. Because of the amount of radiation that they had consumed. And it's not even painless. It hurts. Because it starts knocking out genes in your body.
Yeah.
And like different cells, it'll just take them out.
Oh. Dude.
Because radiation just like goes straight through. It doesn't really stop. I mean, so radiation waves are really short.
Yeah.
They're really, like, they go really, really fast and then they slow down really, really fast.
Yeah.
So, like, if you had radiation if you had a big enough bomb, it would cause radiation poisoning for miles. But since that was a smaller reaction, it was, like, only, like, 20 feet on either side.
Yeah.
Or it was something like that. And I think the person who was closest died in a couple of hours because they were, like, inches away from the reaction. But people farther out, it took them a couple months. And I'm not for sure if everybody in the room died. I think that they all did.
Oh, God.
But it was... Yeah, it's pretty bad because, like, it wasn't even used as a weapon at that point.
Yeah, it was just a freak accident.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine being that one guy who gave the speech knowing that he was going to die. It's, like, crazy to think that, like, that went off. You didn't even, like, and just, like, that small thing where it was just a flash of blue light and you feel fine afterwards, but knowing that this basically just gave a timer to your life.
Yeah.
And everyone in that room, and having to, like, talk them into, like, I don't know, accepting the situation they were in.
Yeah, because they all knew that they were going to die because...
Yeah. And there was nothing they could do.
Yeah, there was nothing they could do about it.
That's terrible.
Yeah. You gonna check your PlayStation off?
On that depressing note, no. We got to talk about one good thing. Good luck, Chuck.
Good luck, Chuck. I have not seen that movie.
Is it good?
I don't know.
Oh wait, you haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, what did I ask you? Okay, what do you want to talk about?
I'm not sure. Oh, we can talk about prom.
Oh yeah, but
wait.
then I'm gonna feel bad because I'm not going.
Oh, we can talk about Friday.
Oh, you mean the KMA assessment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
speaking of.
No, don't say that. So on Friday, me and the band.
Yeah.
Like the wind ensemble and the concert band at our school.
Yeah, our heavy metal band.
Yeah, our heavy metal.
Yeah.
Wind ensemble and our heavy metal concert band.
And then and then there was one chick in the audience who started doing a distorted flute Van Halen solo.
Oh my god, that was awesome.
Dude, anyways, we're talking about different things here.
We went to a KMA assessment at North Oldham.
Yeah.
And we did really good. We got distinguished all across the board for wind ensemble.
Yeah.
And I had a solo and I messed up one note.
Damn.
Yeah.
How dare you?
I was honestly really upset about it.
Yeah, we could have gotten a distinguished plus if it wasn't for your dumbass.
But we did really, really good. I'm genuinely proud of a lot of people in that.
I know. I mean, it sounded really, really
That
weird.
was the best performance that we ever
Yeah, it sounded really, really kind of off at the concert before that.
Oh, yeah.
But then, like, right when we went up to that assessment...
I think everybody was just feeling it.
Yeah, everybody was just like, all right, we had a little bit of a weird run during the concert, but it's time to get to work, and that was kind of like,
Yeah, we got our shit done.
Yeah, we did.
And I think we did a good job.
And Mr. Novak, he had like a smile on his face.
Yeah, Mr. Novak was really, really happy about it.
And even in like the sight reading, I thought we did pretty good on the sight reading.
Yeah, we got a distinguished award too.
I mean, obviously it wasn't as good as like it could have been, but like that's because we were sight reading. It was the first time we saw the music.
It wasn't a prepared performance.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, but like, still, I think that we did really, really freaking good, and yeah, I'm also proud of a lot of people in the band. Don't leave us. Just get held back. Fucking, I don't know. Do crack in the middle of the bathroom so that you have to do another year.
Well, on that note, I think this is a good place to end off the podcast for tonight.
Yep. Well, I'll see you guys on the next one. And
all right. Good night, everybody. I hope you guys have a good night or a good morning if... Actually, probably a good night, because I don't think Dylan's going to finish editing this until tomorrow.
Yeah, probably not.
But y'all have have a good rest of your week, and we'll see you next time on the Weekend Mic Check.
Yeah, we'll see you guys. All right.